Well, hello and happy Monday night. I hope everybody's doing good. Hi, Nisi. Hi, Angie. Tony's in here. We've been talking back and forth a little bit. Um, he is over in Scotland and he was saying that he hadn't been on the lives lately because he had been sleeping better. I am happy that he is sleeping better. Sleep can really affect your life. Oh wow, he's saying that um she got fired because she got sick. That is not good. That's not cool at all. That is tough. Oh, Anna's in here. I did get that. I just haven't done anything with it, and so I appreciate that. Um, and I saw that you have your Tuesday morning live tomorrow morning, and I have it clicked so I can do it because I am going to be home right then. So I'm totally excited about that. Cheryl's in here. Teresa's in here. Oh, Teresa, is very fun, those microwave kilns. They are. And especially if you just want to dabble, see if you like fused glass. It's a good way to go because you can get a kit that's got the kiln and glass and just all the things that you need. And Doug is here. Hello, Doug. How are ya? Angie, you did spell Nisi's name right. Yeah, I'm totally excited about it. Anne has been such a great supporter of my channel, and I want to make sure I'm supporting her. Same with Doug and a lot of people that are in here that have channels too. Doug says, just made a whole bunch of new merchandise at Teesprings. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Doug is one of my members, and so Nightbot will pop up all the different members tonight. And your hair is getting long. It is getting long. I had it long, and then I cut it because it was so hot. And as soon as I cut it, then I wish I hadn't. So I'm going to grow it long again. So it's just one of those things. It's just craziness. Hey, Craig, how are ya? Good to see ya. Has it turned warm again? I know that you guys were cold, and I heard that it was supposed to get warm, 50s degrees, unlike your zeros and negative wind chills that you had last week. So I hope you and Debbie are doing good. And look at here. Shelly is in here too. Healthy Homestead Chick. And Shelly is one of my newest members. I appreciate that. And Doug says it was 27 degrees there this morning. So I probably shouldn't tell you that it's 71 degrees right now. I don't even really need a sweater. It was 75. Yeah, we were just at about 80 today. So you guys were close to us. Wow. That is a big change from what you guys were. Oh my gosh. And everybody's saying hi. Tony's saying, my hair is at my shoulders. Not had a cut since COVID started. John Wick. That is awesome. And Doug had to scrape his windshield. Gosh, I don't miss that at all. Though when we get back to Wyoming, we will still get snow and we will still have to scrape our windows. Yeah, it'll be just craziness. Melissa's in here too. Can't stay. I wanted to say hi from North Carolina. You go, girl. And Paul is here. Hey, Paul. Your vegetable garden is looking spectacular. Fabulous. You should tell us the temperatures. I'm a little jelly over here. Oh, and Lynn is in too. Awesome. So many good friends in today. Cheryl says that it was 6 degrees there this morning. Ooh, that's cold. Totally cold. Well, it's been a busy day today. Doug, thank you for that. And Tony says it's 2 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Fahrenheit in Glasgow. That's not too bad. It's not like Wyoming and South Dakota last week. One day it was minus 16 without the wind chill. And it was like, with the wind chill, it was like minus 35 or minus 40 degrees below zero. It was crazy. Well, welcome, Paul. I loved all the little vegetables growing. It's very cool. And Heather Lynn is here. Hi, how are you? Now, today's live stream. Oh, and Ann is in. Hi, Ann. How are you? And how is Jake and the girls? I hope everybody's doing good. Craig says minus 35 wind chill. That was last week. Oh, see, that is way too cold. You know, I don't like it. Thanks, Melissa. Now, today's is question and answer. So you can ask me questions, but you should know when you ask a question, I get to ask you a question. So I printed off a bunch of questions. I circled the ones that I thought were fun or interesting, or we'll just see. Like, I'm going to throw out a question. This is an easy one. What was the first job you ever had, and how old were you? So tell me that. When did you start working in your life? I'll tell you my first job. My first regular job, besides just babysitting once in a while. I was 12 years old, and I got a job babysitting for the entire summer. They both worked full time. Their daughter was, she must have been about 6. And my job was to babysit every single day. And you didn't get paid very much back then. But for me, as a 12-year-old, it was a lot of money. And it was totally exciting. We played Barbies all day. We played in the yard. I'd fix lunch. It was great fun. So my first paying job, full-time job for the summer, was 12 years old and babysitting. Now, Shelly was 15 and she worked at Hardee's. Cheryl was babysitting at 11. Doug was 17, dishwasher at a fancy restaurant. Woohoo! Melissa, 12 and babysitting, great money. Then daycare. See, I think a lot of us, how long have you been married? We have been married in April, 17 years. Pretty sure that's correct. 17 years. Yeah, it is correct. I'm pretty sure. And it has been the best 17 years of my life, I have to tell you. Lynn says that she was 16 and worked at a steakhouse as a bus girl. See, good jobs. And was ice cream soda jerk. Howard Johnson, 17 years old. That is fun. Craig was 13 frying donuts at the Rolling Pin Bakery. I remember the Rolling Pin Bakery. That is awesome. Angie was 14 at Socorro Station. I remember Socorro Station too. Awesome. Melissa says, oh no, I was an elf at the mall at 14. That is so cute. Don't you just love those elves at Christmas time? So fun. See, this is an interesting job. Anne was a switchboard operator and receptionist at 16. That is interesting. Oh, and look who's here. The Bunky girl. Hi, Bunky. How are you? Everybody knows Bunky is my superhero. I wish I had a t-shirt that said Bunky is my superhero. I do. She is an amazing young girl. Her and her sisters are the Vineyard Chicks, and Bunky has her own channel, Bunky's Garden, and she does all kinds of stuff. It is amazing. She's doing hydroponics. When I was her age, I didn't even know what hydroponics was. It is just crazy. Tina Ladybug. Oh my gosh. Who's your favorite member? Oh, that's nice, Doug. Yeah, you know it. Doug is my favorite member of all times because he has been Him and I have been friends for a long time on YouTube, and we have been great friends. And we always say we wish we were neighbors, and that's a true question. But Doug, you got a piece of my heart. Trey. Hello, everyone. How are you, Miss Sandy? I am good. I am very good. Thank you. And Joyful Noise and Notes is in. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. We are. Thank you very much. You guys just popped in, and my question and answers. You can ask me questions. I'll ask you questions too then. And I have to ask Tony a question because he was the first one to ask me a question. But the first question I threw out was, what was your first job and how old were you? I got to scroll down a little bit longer. Oh, Cheryl's been married 19 years. Awesome. And Paul worked at a supermarket stocking shelves. Those are good jobs for young people, isn't it? Yeah, I just think that's amazing. Heather Lynn says, my first real job with taxes taken out was helping my high school clean out and move when they were going to renovate the school. Oh, that's tough work, though. And Tony's first job was his own business. I lived in a flat, and it was required that all residents wash the communal landing once a week. He was 9. That's awesome. See, people are just basically entrepreneurs. That's what they are, Anne has been married 44 years in April. She was a toddler at the time. Of course she was. You guys were in diapers and you met each other. We're in love. We're getting married. It's the only way it's possible, Anne. Seriously, the only way. Is KK in here too? I see that. Hey, KK. KK, hello. How are ya? Did you guys get your box that I sent you? I hope you got it, or pretty soon you should get it. Anyway, oh man, this chat is going fast. Shawnee is here. Okay, Tony, you were the first person to ask me a question, and I answered. We have been married in April 17 years. The question for you, I need a good question for Tony. Oh, Tony, if you were on death row and you had your last meal, what would it be? So that is your question, Tony. Joe says, I was talking about this question and answer live stream with a twist that if you ask me a question, I get to ask you a question. And Joe's shaking his head and he's telling people, don't do it. She'll trick you. Don't do it. Angie has been married 10 years today. Happy anniversary. And I talked to you earlier and I didn't say happy anniversary. So happy anniversary. And I have not seen Tony's answer. So if I have missed it, Tony, you're going to have to type it in again because the chat is going very fast for me to keep up. Oh, Rebecca's in here. Tony says that him and Mary have been together 17 years. Last February, married 10 years ago in September. Awesome. And everybody's saying hi. And I am looking for Tony's answer. So Tony, last meal, what would you eat? Because there are just questions and inquiring minds want to know. Melissa's question is, how do you get those flowers to grow so good? Everything comes to me. Everything comes to me to its grave. No green thumb. These are just petunias and stuff in the background. Petunias are an easy flower to grow. I mean, there's a few other plants thrown in there, but basically they are just petunias. And as long as you feed them once a week and they get the really hot afternoon sun, and so you do have to water them a lot. And a lot of times it's twice a day that I have to water them. And I just soak them, and I go all the way through, and then it's running all over, and I soak them again. But really feeding them once a week. And I have a friend that she has these great big pots, right? I mean, they are huge. They're probably 2 feet across. And she literally fertilizes it every single day when they start blooming like that. And she says it doesn't matter. They're not perennials. She's just going to let them grow as much as she can. So, oh, Tony's answer to last meal, what would you eat? Something with celery. I'm allergic to celery. I'm going out my way. That is a perfect answer. Oh, Shelly's question is, which of your hobbies is your favorite? Well, Shelly, things are in seasons. But I guess probably my all-time favorite is fused glass, because it is just something I love to work with. It's so fun, and it's interesting. And like, I don't know how much this will show up. I got my green screen on. See, these are my little seahorses that I'm making. Aren't they fun? They got a whole bunch of dichroic in there. That's all that shiny stuff is dichroic. And Joe's working on the stands for me, and so I will have the video with the stands. But I've showed the progress on the other channel on how I'm doing it. But Melissa asked a question, so I have to. Okay, Melissa, you're going on a trip. So you can pack your clothes, your hairbrush, all that stuff. But you can only take one other thing. What would it be? Could be interesting. And Shelly asked me which is my favorite hobbies. So let me get Shelly a question. I want something really good. Shelly, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? Okay, so Melissa has to, she's packing on a trip. She's got her hairbrush, she's got her clothes, but she can only bring one other thing. What would it be? And Shelly's 3 words to describe her. And Trey wants to know my favorite color. I have to say my favorite color is coral. And especially if it's coral roses, I think they're the most spectacular roses on the planet. So, and coral has been my favorite since, gosh, I probably was in high school. I love that color. It's just that mix of kind of pinkish, orangey, little yellow thrown in there. It's fabulous. So let me find you a question, Trey. Okay. If you were in the circus, what would your job be, Trey? Okay. I got to scoop down on the comments. I'm like way behind on them. Okay. Oh, Grace and Fire's here. Hello. How are you? Melissa wants to know, how many fused glass classes did you take before you got to create? Oh, when I started taking classes, you worked as they talked to you. You got to do stuff right away. So it was fabulous. It was, I think the very first class I took was a pendant. See, there's a pendant. Oh, you can't see with the green screen. It's flowers anyway. See, it looks invisible. So, yeah. Usually when you take a fused glass class, they're giving you all the instruction. They're telling you the history of fused glass, but they're letting you do that too. Trey says, my dog or my cat, my art set, no idea. Maybe a partner to keep me company. Dog. Interesting. Oh, Melissa would take her toothbrush. See? Okay, Shelley's answer. 3 words to describe her. Introvert, independent, workaholic. Interesting. Um, I know Shelley's kind of shy. I'm just so proud of her. She's got her own YouTube channel. I think she's a force to be reckoned with. That's really what I think, Shelley. I think that you have a lot of things to share with people, and they are going to just appreciate it. Oh, and look who's here. Karen, how are ya? Awesome. Melissa says, but I am hooked a bathroom product I never was before 2020. See, I am missing part of conversations because a hair dryer would be a good thing to take. YouTube does not do your pieces justice. It's simply stunning. I have my green screen on because this is my porch back home in the summertime. And so when you use a green screen and you want to try to show stuff, parts of it disappear. Like over here, there's actually stuff right there. But you can't see it. See, look at how you can make it go completely disappearing. But that's the green screen doing that. So it's crazy. Yeah, I think coral is probably between fuchsia and peach. It's just beautiful. Trey says, okay, her question was, if you were in the circus, what would your job be? And she says that she doesn't know. I'd like to be on the trapeze, work with the animals, but I'd probably be a clown. I think all those jobs would be good though, because some people don't like clowns, but I remember when we went to the circus, it was so much fun with those clowns. Now, scary clowns I don't like, but clowns at a circus are fun, So I'm scooting down. And Tim is in. Hi, Tim. How are ya? And Debbie's here. I don't know why, but your YouTube is just not notifying me when you're going live. I need to stop using it as a reminder. Sometimes what I've had to do with people, because I'll set it as a reminder and I'll have to go out, I'll take it so I don't get the reminder, and then I'll wait a day and I'll go back in, and then all of a sudden it's there. I'm getting all their notifications again. So I don't know. It might just have a glitch once in a while. But I'm so glad. Debbie's channel, she was having some issues and all of a sudden it was gone, but now it's back. She worked with them and it's all back. And so I'm just so happy for her. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate smashing the like button. And everybody's saying hi, 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 hi. Thanks, Melissa. I'm actually giving one of them away. I got to wait till Joe has the stands all done and everything's hooked up, but I will give them one away next Friday. So you have to go over to the other channel, Fuse Glass Artwork, comment on it, and then you can have a chance to win. How long have you owned 2 homes and traveled from home to home? We came down last winter. Joe had retired the summer before, and my parents have been coming down to Arizona for about 25 years. First they were in Phoenix, a couple different places, and then they were down here, and then they were in this village. And they lived in one place, and then they bought their property that they live in right now, and it had our little house on it too. So my mom and dad had rented it, and they kept saying, you need to come down. Joe retires, you need to come down. And so we came down last year from November to April, and in March, we got this house. We bought it. And so this is our first full winter as property owners down here. But it is just so fun. Like Joe and I went on 2 bike rides today. Down at the village on Mondays, we have breakfasts and people take turns doing breakfast. And some people just have donuts and, fruit, whatever they want to do. There's always coffee and tea and stuff like that. I always cook. because I like to cook, and I like to cook for a lot of people. And so this morning we had oatmeal, of course, because there's a lot of the older guys that love oatmeal. I made biscuits and gravy. I made tater tot breakfast casserole. I had yogurt with cherries. I made homemade cinnamon rolls that I baked this morning. And we just had a great time. And people donate for it, but I never asked the club to reimburse me. I just let all that money that the people put in the little kitty to eat breakfast go to the clubhouse for the ladies auxiliary. And I just love it. Everybody's saying hi. Doug says he'd be the guy cleaning up the elephant poop. Somebody's got to do those jobs. And just think of it. Great compost for your gardens, for your trees. You just have to look at it that way. Will the Seahorses be on the Etsy store? They will be on the Etsy store. Yeah. I'm doing some mixing of paint with the stain because I want it to have some hues of greens and blues in it. And so we're working on that still so I can get the color that I want. And I just think it'll be fun because I have 4 different Seahorses. Karen says that she's afraid of clowns. I think there are a lot of people that are afraid of clowns, especially those scary ones like they have in the movies. I don't like those, but I don't like scary. I'm not like Angie in here. She likes scary. I haven't worked with silver and gold clay jewelry. I do know some artist friends of mine that do it a lot. And you can actually use my kiln with the clay, and you can do it in a microwave kiln too. And so it's something I'd like to do, but right now I've just been so busy with everything, and Joe's always giving me such a bad time. Can't you just pick one thing, one art thing? And it's always like, no, I can't. It would be like asking me to only grow one type of vegetable. I can't do that either. Bunky wants to know my favorite flower. Oh, Bunky, that is a good question. Oh, well, I love roses. Amaryllises are probably my favorite. They are an amazing flower. So I need a question for Bunky. Okay, Bunky, here's your question. If your parents would let you eat dessert for breakfast every day, what kind of dessert would that be? Melissa says no reminders either. Melissa, unclick getting the reminders, wait a day, and go back and click it again. Oh, young daughter with a clown phobia. I think that, I think it's because they have such creepy clowns on movies. Because clowns used to be fun and sweet and cute, and that's not the case anymore. Do you like knitted hats? I love knitted hats. Seriously love knitted hats. I think you can wear knitted hats anytime during the year. I think you can. And I think I better give Rebecca a question. Rebecca, your question. What is the weirdest food combination you have ever eaten? Doug could answer that question of weird things that they eat combinations of. I tried showing your necklace on my channel yesterday and no green screen. I showed it to my aunt today. She even agreed that YouTube doesn't do it justice. The details sparkle in the sun. I think that's true. Because that dichroic just sparkles back and forth. And maybe if I had some different kind of lighting that, how you can have the little box lighting and you put it inside, maybe that would give it to it. But it's always better in person. But I'm glad that you like it. That makes me happy. Um, oh, so you could be in the circus because you can make bacon disappear. Yeah. And Shelly can be your assistant. It'd be awesome. Nisi's crocheting. What are you making, Nisi? They turned off my channel because I commented on a live cam in the Ukraine. Oh, is that what they told you? That's unusual. Interesting. I am trying to read all the comments just so fast. And everybody's saying hi. Hi, 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 hi. Have you planted a date palm yet? Well, I planted them from seeds, and I've gotten them to be about 1.5 feet tall, and I gave them away because we were coming back down here. But Joe doesn't want one down here. The reason is because they grow so well, and it is really expensive to have people trim them for you. And we're retired. We're on a fixed income. I love them, and there's so many. Our neighbor right across the cul-de-sac has huge ones, and they are beautiful. And we go to the date farms and we get dates. Oh, what is the Etsy store? Just 1 second. That is my Etsy store. Thank you. And I have fused glass on there, but I have other stuff on there too. So it actually is fused glass and more, but you don't have to write and more to get to it. Haven't been able to find your store yet. You should. That's the link right there. And so you can, if you just take a screenshot or copy and paste it, and it will take you to it. And I have to take it down. Otherwise I can't do the people's comments. It won't let me do both things. And Angie says, they can't make a movie scary enough for me. She likes those movies. I just can't even do it. I can't even watch it. Oh, Redbird Farm, how are ya? Now, Bunky's question was, if her parents would let her eat whatever dessert she wanted every morning for breakfast, what would she have? And she says, cake and ice cream and bacon. Awesome. Best Yet Journey, hello, how are you? Thank you for stopping in tonight. I appreciate that so much. And look at all these people would eat bacon for their dessert. That is awesome. And tell them clowns are just regular people like us in acting. Helped me as a kid. Oh, see, that is nice. Silver gold clay costs 2 times the cost of gold clay. I don't know how much it is over here in the States for it. I haven't had to buy that. But I'll have to check over here and see what it is compared to what you guys have to pay, Tony. Some people might think it's weird, but I love peanut butter in oatmeal. No, I think that would be good. Seriously, I think that would be good because I love stuff like that. Well, I love peanut butter anyway. Oh, question. What is your favorite thing about Arizona? Oh, my favorite thing about Arizona is the weather. Not the weather just because it's temperature. The weather because I get to grow in Wyoming, and then I come down here and I get to grow again. Joe says it's doubling your life because you get 2 summers a year. And I mean, he loves it down here too. And the idea that I can basically have fresh vegetables every single month of the year is phenomenal to me. I just love that. And I mean, I'm on my second plantings of like brassicas, so cabbages, broccolis, cauliflowers. And those cauliflowers and the broccolis, like the one that I gave to my mom was 22 inches in circumference. And the one I gave to my friend was 27 inches. That is a big cauliflower. And I mean, it was just perfect. I mean, it was just rounded the way it's supposed to be. No weird things coming out. It was just fabulous. And so those were all done. I planted more of them. And they won't get as big before we have to go. So either we'll eat them smaller or we'll leave them because my parents will be down here for a while before they're going to stay longer than what we're staying. They're actually staying till June. And that's because they have a thing in Phoenix in June, and they just didn't think driving, going back up to South Dakota and then coming back down and then going back up. So they've just decided to stay until June. So they can have the gardens. We would leave our water on anyway. And so they can water it and they can have all the produce out of there. And I'm scrolling. Sorry, it's just fast. Oh, what countries have you visited? Ask people to start their message with Q&A. Oh, see, that would be easier if you say Q&A beforehand. That would help me. That's a great idea. Thank you, Tony. I haven't been to a lot of countries. I've been to a lot of states in the United States. But countries, I've only been to Canada and Mexico. But I've been to all the states except for the very southern states. Like I haven't been to the Virginias, Georgia, Florida, those states right along there. But I've been to every single other one. And so that's fun, I haven't been to Mississippi. So, Mississippi, Florida, West Virginia, regular Virginia, North and South Carolina. I haven't been to Washington, D.C., but I've been to all the top ones on the East Coast, all the other ones. And so, I would like to go to Australia and New Zealand. I would like to go to Wales because my mom's family is from Wales and my dad's family is from Germany. But I love everything English. I mean, I love everything English. Joe knows my favorite movies, English. My favorite series, English. So English, Australia, I just love them. So Tony needs another question. Okay, this one. What do you look for in a friend? That can be a difficult one. Oh, thanks, Doug. So that's Doug's, and it's right in the chat. And so you can just copy and paste it from there. I'm looking. Oh, it's Mary Ranch in here. Hi, Mary. How are you? She said earlier that she's going to try to pop in. It's nice to see you, Mary. And Stella's in here. Hello, how are you? So many good friends in here tonight. That is so fun. Oh, question. If you were to start all over again, would you pick Wyoming or Arizona? Difficult question. So I can only live in one place then. I think, wow, that is tough because I love the mountains, but I'd rather not have 35 below zero. But it's back and forth. Here, the winters are so wonderful, but it's 100 for 3 months out of the summer. Every single day, it's over 100. I don't know. I seriously I don't know. Um, hmm, I guess I'd pick Wyoming. I mean, it is cold. It is, but it is a beautiful state. And I think, yeah, okay. I think that's crazy. Okay, question for you. Super 99. I'm going to pick this one. What is something you wish you could do every single day of your life? Remember, family friendly. Okay. Thanks, Bunky. I try to always put that the description and the Etsy store in my description too. Thank you. Oh, see, this is a good plan. That's a good bucket list. I want to visit all the states before I'm 40. So that is good. And she says she only has a few left. I think I have a troll. Okay. Sorry, had to pop somebody out. Anytime they have like VOT, VIT, and then dot something, it's never good. So I just block them. I know I need to come visit North Carolina and Mississippi because I need to. I told Joe one day that if we lived in Arizona all the time, in the summertime, we could just go visit people all over the United States, and that would be fun. I haven't convinced him of that. I mean, he loves Arizona, but I haven't convinced him of that. Oh, Lynn says, this week I miss Florida. It's been so cold. Lynn is in Texas now, and she used to be in Florida. And it is interesting how quickly your body changes and the temperatures you become accustomed to. It's just crazy. Debbie's been in almost every state too. See, I think a lot of people travel. And oh, in Wales, see, that is so interesting. I have on a paper, and I'm sorry I can't tell you off the top of my head the towns that they were from. But Wales is a beautiful country. And Scotland, England, I just love those countries. I could live there. Oh, question for me. If you were stranded on an island, what is the first thing you would do, or what would your strategy be to escape? Well, I guess it would depend on the island, but if you're in the middle of the ocean, you can't escape. You know, you see those movies and they build the raft out of the palm trees. That cannot survive the ocean. If there's storms, you're going to drown in the ocean. I would rather stay on the island. First thing I would do, um, well, if it's late at night, I guess it would depend on what you're doing, but you need fresh water and you got to find some place to sleep the first night. You'd probably want to look for food, things like that. So, Trey needs another question. Trey, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? What are we whatting about? They're questions and answers. So if people in the chat ask me a question, I get to ask them a question. So I answer their question and they have to answer my question. How are you, Jennifer? And busy. Question and answer. I believe you would like East Tennessee, Western North Carolina. I bet you I would. The only thing about the East Coast, the farther East Coast you go, is the humidity. And that I do not like. I think it's because I've always lived in dry places. Even when you go across to the other side of South Dakota from the part of South Dakota I grew up in on the west side, it's so much more humid. But when I went to New York and Vermont and all those places, like when first time I went to New York, middle of December, it was so humid the times I was there. And Angie was little, so she won't remember how humid it was. But you'd take your shower, you'd go outside, you start doing stuff, and you thought, I need to take a shower. And I think I would have a hard time with the humidity. And if Anne's still in here, and where you are, is it really humid? But I would seriously like to take vacation there. I would take a visit and a vacation there, but I don't know if I would live there because the humidity is hard for me. So I think maybe you would just get used to it after a while, you know. But so Debbie needs a question. Debbie, what are the top 3 things on your bucket list? That would be interesting. I think everybody should have a bucket list. But a bucket list is things you want to do before you die. Sometimes people have bucket lists on books they want to read, places they want to go. I like lists. And so a bucket list is something I like. See, Anne would pick Wyoming too. It's a beautiful place. I mean, seriously, beautiful place. Jennifer would play the guitar every day. So her question was, what she could, if there was something she could do every single day, what would she do? And she said she'd play the guitar. That is a great answer. Thank you. Blocked a troll in the chat. See, they pop in sometimes. And I had to block a troll earlier too. It's been a while since I've had a troll in one of my lives, so that's funny. Are you going on cruise with family? Are you guys going on a cruise? How fun is that? Helen says that she was complaining that it was cold. I saw that Texas was cold. That not fun. Because you don't think of Texas as being cold. My one friend lives in Texas. I have a friend that lives in Texas, and she was always calling me in the wintertime. Do you know my roses are blooming? It was way so honoring. But now my roses are blooming. So it's totally okay. Answer. I would like to get as much sun as possible every day. Fabulous. If you want the most sun as possible, do you know that Yuma, Arizona, where I live in the wintertime, is the sunniest place in the entire world? Not the hottest place in the entire world, but it has more sunshine hours than any other place in the whole United States, the whole world, actually. So if you need sun, you should come to Yuma, Arizona. And I think that's probably why I like Yuma so much too, because so much sun. Okay, Tony's question answer. England is not the UK, and especially not Wales and Scotland. What do I look for in a friend? Trust. If you can't trust someone, I can't consider them a friend. I think that's a good way, you know. That's when you know when your friends are true. Because it doesn't usually take long before you find out if that person is one of those people that talk behind your back. You tell something in confidence and they tell other people. Yeah, I would totally agree with that, Tony. Yeah, excellent answer. Oh my gosh, it is going way too fast. Joyful Noise and Notes would go to New Zealand. They have super cool stuff from the Lord of the Rings set. That's true. My son, that lives in California, his work lets you go And you can do these year-long stints and other offices that they own around the world. And they have an office in New Zealand. So Stephen was down there for a whole year, and he loved it down there. And he could have opted to stay one more year, but he decided to go back to San Francisco, which was good because he met BT, his wife now. And in fact, next month, they will be married for a year. And if he wouldn't have came back when he did, he wouldn't have met her. And so I'm very glad that he came back because I just adore her. Heather Lynn says, I think I would go to Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island if I could go anywhere in the world. I have been to both of those places, and Prince Edward Island is so amazing. You know, I've always loved Anne of Green Gables, and they filmed, it on Prince Edward Island. And it was quaint and it was beautiful. And you could go to the docks and buy lobster, and they'd make these lobster salads and all this stuff right there. And it was so fun. And that was a beautiful place. I think I could live there too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so I missed part of the conversation because Debbie's saying I'm so confused thoroughly. And people are, because we were throwing out questions. So people are answering those questions too. And so that is awesome. And oh my gosh, top 3 things. Okay, here's Debbie's answer. Her question was top three things on her bucket list. Own a much larger piece of property with a bigger garden. Maybe turn it into a market garden or sustainable garden. See, that would be fun. Visit UK, Scotland, Ireland. Fun. Those are fun bucket lists. Because your bucket list, I think, should be fun. And Mark B is in here. God is good. You know it. Thank you. Melissa wants to know, where's a good place to visit in Wyoming? Wow. There's a lot of places to go to in Wyoming. And a lot of times people go to the mountains, but we have some of the most beautiful prairie and national grasslands any place. In fact, just north of our town back home in Gillette, they have a national grasslands. And you can go anytime during the summer and walk through those grasslands, and there are so many different native flowers growing. It is just spectacular. But a lot of people go to Yellowstone. People go to Thermopolis for the hot springs. The western part of Wyoming is very mountainous, Rocky Mountains, very beautiful, lots of skiing. Jackson Hole, which is very expensive. But it is a fun place to go to. But I love both the mountains and I love the prairie. You can see buffalo, you can see bears, mountain lions. It's a beautiful place, and the least populated state in the whole United States, which is fabulous. Okay, Melissa, your question. What is the biggest risk you've ever taken? Inquiring minds want to know. Question. If there's only one thing you could eat every day, what would it be? Pumpkin pie. It's nutritious for you. It tastes fabulous. If I could only eat one thing every day, that's what it would be, pumpkin pie. That wasn't hard to decide, was it? And I apologize that I just can't keep up with the chat. It is just so fast. I am way, way behind on the chat. But everybody, this was fun tonight. I appreciate you guys coming in and chatting with me. I set up the lives for next month, all the different things that we're going to do. Note, this coming Friday, I will not have a morning live because I have the option of being in that art show. And I thought it was just on Saturday, but I found out today it's Friday, Saturday. And so I'm going to have to talk to Joe about, you know, what our plans are and what we're going to do. And so if there's things he wants to do, I won't do that art show. If he doesn't have any really things to do Friday, Saturday, I will do it. But I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you guys answering the fun questions and asking me questions too. But I hope you have a great week. I have some exciting news, but I can't tell you yet. But it is about my channel. And if it all works out, I will let you know. And it will be, I think, fabulous. But I wish I could tell you, but I just can't yet. And everybody, thanks for playing along with the questions and answers tonight. I hope you have a great time. Oh, Jeannie's here. Hi, Jeannie. I'm sorry. You probably were in earlier and the chat was just going so fast I couldn't keep up with it. But I hope you watch the replay. It's all question and answer. So the chat was asking me questions, but if they ask me a question, I get to ask them a question. So, but everybody I'm Bama fan. How are you? I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're doing good. But everybody have a great night. I appreciate it. And of course, I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.